Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the morning crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
Let's go. It is 6:04. It's 61 degrees out. Does that say 61 or 51? 61 on the TV I'm looking at.
61.
61. Okay. I'm going to get my eyes
See how many
checked.
curves there are? I mean, come on.
I don't know. I wear like glasses for far away, but I don't need them. Like I never wear them on the air because I don't need them. I can see the TV clearly pretty much. But
Not
all of a
anymore.
sudden,
Look at you now.
I know, a little blurry over there. They need to make the font bigger. Am I be one of those people?
Yes, it's the TV's fault.
Am I be one of those people walking around with a huge font on your phone? I can't go there. If you go there, there's no turning back.
My mother-in-law has that. You know, she's 76. In fairness,
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. But it is hilarious. Like 4 words of your text. Like she's got to scroll to read a text.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
And the text just says, "Can you come over?"
Yeah, I know. It looks
Can-
like somebody sent her paragraphs. Like she's scrolling. I'm like, what are you in a fight? She's like, no, somebody just asked what I'm eating.
It's like cue cards. Can you, like a teleprompter? God.
She accidentally zoomed in even more, too. It was getting out of control.
Oh.
You couldn't see a whole word in the same sentence. It got confusing more.
I saw somebody like that at the Cubs game, and I was just mesmerized by everything in the thread because I could read it so clearly from like 2 seats behind them.
I can't stop myself. Have you ever been sitting behind somebody or near somebody who obviously is having an in-depth conversation with the really long messages?
Oh, with the big scroll, scroll.
I am all up in it. I don't care where. We could be at a concert. I'm like, well, let me read that. That looks like you're fighting with your girlfriend. I want to see who's right.
It'll start off like something like, when we started this relationship, and like blah, 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 blah.
It was like, I went through your phone last night when you were sleeping. I'm like, this is going to be good. This is going to be better than whatever I'm doing.
Yeah, go for the smallest font possible. Just go for that. I can read it now. My eyes were getting a little blurry, but I think I can read it right now. Here we go. Checking in early from Hoffman Estates, we have Melanie. Thanks for checking in this morning. She says her fonts are normal. Good, Melanie. Thank you for that. We appreciate your normal fonts. I don't know about everybody else in Hoffman Estates, but possibly the fonts there are like yours, normal size. Listen, we got the golden ticket 25 minutes away. We start off the first of the day at 6:30. Your chance at everything Q101 does for an entire year. Thousands and thousands of dollars of concert tickets can be yours. You qualify, and actually we have Nathaniel Rateliff tickets too, veteran of Q101. Yeah, Q101's Picnic, a fun band. So 6:30, that's coming your way.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We will have 8 minutes right before we do the fact that makes your brain go. We will have the golden ticket, your chance at Nathaniel Rateliff tickets at the United Center, and qualifying for the golden ticket pretty much gives you VIP. You walk in past that velvet rope to every show that we do for an entire year from Riot Fest to Riot Fest. So let's get to the fact that makes your brain go. Because right around this time, I think people are probably chugging coffee right now, I imagine. Maybe you got that in your... Yeah. What do you got that? What do you got that big... Where's that big thing? Oh, okay. There's your Dunkin' cup.
My Dunkin' cup, baby, every morning.
Yeah. Now, what would you say, is that equivalent to 1 cup of coffee, or how many ounces is that thing?
I'm going to guess it's... Oh, here. Is this a little measurement on the side?
Is there like a ruler on there?
I think it's 3 cups. However, it's iced coffee.
Yep.
So it's filled with... Or it's like completely filled with ice first. So it's not like 3 straight up cups of coffee, if that makes sense.
You don't say light ice? You
Hell no. I like extra ice. I want it cold, baby.
Okay. So let's say you have 3 cups. Is that what you drink all morning? Is there another cup somewhere?
No, this is all I have. I have my morning coffee and that's it.
Do you have an afternoon coffee?
I don't. Unless I have to stay up really late. Like, say, sometimes when we do our pop-ups, like our late-night pop-ups, like when we went to Neon Trees and stuff.
Yeah.
Then I'll grab another coffee because I know when you do the morning show and then you go to Neon Trees at 10, you're tired. And then I don't get home till 1. And then I get to work at 4. And again, so yeah, that vibes. Then I do. But in a traditional day... I try to just get this going at the start.
Got it.
Get my engines revved early.
Casey, you don't drink any coffee, right?
No, it's nasty.
You don't like coffee?
I don't like it.
Honestly, I don't like it. I would never say it's nasty because I know people love it and dearly and they need it to get going. I just don't like coffee.
You have to get there. Like, it's like how the first sip of beer is bad, and now you love beer.
I love beer.
Yeah.
I had 2 beers already today.
Exactly. That's
Okay,
your morning startup.
I did not.
But it's like that. You know, you got to get there with it.
There's been a science of always judging, like, what's the right amount of coffee or this amount of coffee is dangerous or whatever.
Oh.
So we have the exact number of how many you can drink a day and still be safe in your coffee intake. And there's a lot of positive benefits to coffee, too, but there's obviously everything with excess. The exact number. So I don't know how many cups you guys drink out there in this situation a day, but we're going to tell you exactly the number that you can drink before it gets bad. And I don't know what, Kenzie has 3. I know people to drink like 6. I don't know.
I just feel like this is the most dangerous thing I do.
Coffee?
So just leave me alone.
Well, we're going to tell you how many you can have without going over the edge and being dangerous. You're drinking too much coffee. Science has figured it out. We'll have that and the golden ticket in about 6 minutes.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
Now is your chance to qualify for the golden ticket. Please don't text and drive. Standard message and data rates apply.
Q101.
All right, well, let's get the first one off today. Starts off right now and goes every hour. Lauren O'Neill, Brian Phillips will all have this as well throughout the day. And we have it every hour, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, and 9:30. Your chance at the golden ticket. Everything we do for an entire year. I mean, I think about, and I always feel for you guys when you're trying to get through and win something, just one thing we do. This will be, I don't know, 30, 40, whatever. Who knows how many ends up being with the lounges, with Lollapalooza, with Riot Fest, with Twisted. So we start off.
I would say even more than that, honestly.
I wanted to be conservative in my number because I didn't want to say 142, and then people said, you promised 142 concerts, and that's not what I got.
There's no way they're going to 142. But, like, think about, off the bat, 2 Riot Fests, Lollapalooza, and Twisted Christmas alone. Just alone, how many days that is, and how many shows that is.
It's a lot. We probably will be announcing Twisted Christmas next couple weeks here or so, the show.
Hint.
So here's what we start with. Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats played Twisted a couple years ago. What a fun band. They're almost, I'm not being demeaning when I say this.
Oh, boy.
They remind me kind of the Dan Band.
Okay, explain.
First off, they're iconic, so don't act like that's an insult. Amazing.
But I don't know if they would want to be referred to that.
Who wouldn't want to be?
Well, because they're a legitimate. But I mean, they're a fun party band, and that's what I think of. I always wanted to be in that scene in Old School when they're at the wedding and Vince Vaughn stands up for the best man speech and it's the Dan Band and he's like rocking out to the Dan Band. Mm-hmm. That's what it was at Picnic a few years ago with Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats because there's about 17 guys on stage and it's just wild. It's a fun show. So that'll be at the Madhouse on November 1st. So text NIGHT, N-I-G-H-T to 312-591-8300. Text NIGHT for your chance to win those tickets and qualify for the golden ticket. NIGHT. 312-591-8300. Now a fact that makes your brain go, talked about coffee and your drinkers, and then some people say, well, coffee's great for you, and then, oh, coffee's bad, it can harden your arteries. And I know, for everything we do, sometimes Case drinks a Monster in the morning.
Like right now?
You have Monster going on?
I do. I got a white can.
What flavor is that?
That is, what a great question, Brian. It is Monster Energy Zero Ultra. I don't know. It's in the white can. It doesn't say a flavor.
It doesn't?
It's not a flavor. Is it mystery flavor like the white Airhead?
No, but great poll, Kenzie. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Thank you.
No, it's white flavored.
For white people.
Yeah. You know, Case.
If you're a white person.
White girls, white Monster. It's his jam, baby.
You're going to like the white can Monster.
I don't know what flavor it is. My Monster Energy drinkers, check in. I don't know. This doesn't
white
say.
White people flavor, is it like pumpkin spice?
Next.
Tastes like white people.
Right? Oh, well. Well, the thing is, everybody drinks something different in the morning. I think most people drink coffee, like Kenzie, and me and Case don't drink coffee. But there was a number they always say, like, oh, if you have 1 or 2 cups, it's good for you, but 5 cups will be bad for your arteries. I guess they say too much coffee is bad for your arteries and will harden them. So Kenzie drinks 3 cups in the morning every morning. Is that too much? Well, let's find out. Scientists went through this, and they tested specifically that, about the hardening of the arteries with people.
That makes them sound strong.
Well, no, hardening is bad.
That sounds like good.
Hardening
My
means
abs, my arteries, we're rock hard, baby.
yeah.
No?
You want abs and biceps hard. You don't want hard arteries.
Huh.
Because you have like heart
Could've
disease.
fooled me, you know?
You'll die young. You don't want that. So the funny thing is they tested people who drank this number to see what would happen to them. Is there enough money in the world to do that test? Because we're going to see if you drink this much coffee and it's going to harden your arteries. So they're like, oh, yeah, it did harden your arteries. You're going to die younger now, but here's $200 for the survey.
Listen, I'm doing it anyways. I'd rather get paid.
You
You
drank
want
it.
spending on coffee? Yes, I'll do it.
So you know how many cups of coffee these people drank? And they tested that it actually is fine, that they drank this many and it did not harden their arteries, so these people aren't
Give
going
me
to
the
die.
number. Make me feel better. Hit me with something good early.
25 cups of coffee a day.
I'm
Look
a
at that.
beacon of health. It's unbelievable.
You're like underachieving, actually.
I know.
You're only drinking 3. Now, they did say don't go out and start drinking 25 cups of coffee a day.
Mind your damn business.
Well, because obviously the caffeine implications, there's other implications that it could be unsafe, but it will not harden your arteries, 25 cups a day. But don't do 26, because that could harden your arteries.
Well, that could kill you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, but up 25 cups
Safe, baby.
may be safe, is what they're saying, as far as the artery situation.
Yay! I feel so good.
Yeah.
I need another one.
Keep
Top me
piling
off,
up.
baby.
Go for it. Pile them on.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Before we pour one out for an icon, to let you know we can't move forward till we pour one out, we have some information, some programming updates. First off, I went into that song saying, we'll do this pour one out after this happy song from All American Rejects. In case questioned me, and the little mic in my headphones, he's in another room. He goes like, is this a happy song? And I go, I think it is. It sounds happy. And he goes, why don't we do a little research on it? So found out that Tyson Ritter, of course, and Nick Wheeler wrote the song from All American Rejects. And Ritter said the song is, quote, about an a-hole. It's a dude who will never know it's about him. It's kind of a tongue-in-cheek way of looking at someone you hate, whether it's your mom.
I thought it was an ex.
No, it could be your mom for some reason. It could be a teacher at school. It could be your boss at work. It's just someone who makes you struggle and you're giving them the finger.
Wow, he led with mom?
And he did. That's obviously, yeah, I think it's
Could be
all.
that bitch who cooked for you for a huge part of your life?
Well, perhaps she didn't cook.
Oh.
Yeah, it comes from a broken home.
So he wrote a song about not getting mac and cheese. I don't know. So do you consider?
Stupid broccoli.
Do you still consider that? Do you consider it a happy song, like I said? Now, then.
I think it's a release of anger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
It's not a happy song, though. It might be fun to sing, but it's not a happy song.
It's supposed to lift your spirits because you're like, you know what? Yeah, F you.
Mom,
That makes you
F you,
happy.
Mom.
Yeah, Mom.
I'm in a rock band. I made it. What are you doing? You're at home.
You shrunk my jeans when you did my laundry. You suck.
Okay, so that's the update. You decide yourself if All American Rejects Gives You Hell is a happy song. And then also, Kenzie has an update on Case's white can of Monster. It's not necessarily for white people, but white and black people and brown people and everything.
Wow.
Everybody.
Please,
Do you want to list all the people?
please take that out of the podcast. Can you just repost it?
I mean, there's all. If you go to when you sign up for a job, you have to put
It's a
what
white
you are.
can.
It's a white can, but all people can enjoy it, of
Yes.
all races and religions.
There you go.
That's very nice of you, Brian.
It's an inclusive can.
I don't think Monster said that. I think I'm doing a pretty good public service here.
That's right. That's right.
We got an overwhelming, now a lot of people were texting about the flavor, but an overwhelming amount said it's grapefruit, and it actually tastes similar to Squirt, because Squirt is kind of Sprite's competitor, and they're grapefruit flavored.
It doesn't taste like that at all.
No
Well, that's
grapefruit?
what they're saying.
No, I'm not getting grapefruit from this at all.
What are you getting?
Like monster flavor? I don't know. It
Okay,
tastes like
I'm
nothing
gonna go
else.
with the text line on this one, because that was not helpful from you.
But if you had a monster before, there's only one flavor like that. It's the only thing that tastes like that.
Well, Monster, the original black can with the green monster
Yeah.
like
It
claw.
tastes like that, but it's in a white can?
Yeah.
But it's-
That's not tracking. Why did they just put it in the other can?
oh, because it's 0 calories, right?
Zero sugar.
Zero sugar?
No, it's loaded with calories.
But it's 0 sugar, so they made it white.
So it's healthy.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm a bill of health.
Because you know who likes 0 sugar?
Who?
White people.
Why did you go for 0 sugar? Not to be mean, but it's not like you care, I feel like.
No, that was super mean. What part of that wasn't mean?
But you're not worried. Like, you're like, yeah, it's full of calories. I don't care. I feel like you don't care.
Not to be mean, you sugar addict. But why do you care
Okay.
about that?
I'm just saying, I feel like you don't count your sugar. For example, last time we had a box of donuts, you had 4.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're not usually like, sugar's where I draw the line. That's why I'm sorry. I'm just asking.
We all have to start somewhere on our journey.
Okay.
Damn right.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's right. Because if you try to go cold turkey on everything, you're not going to win. So this way he gets there. 4 donuts, sugary. This not
You
sugary.
think?
This not
More
sugary.
donuts, sugary, a hot take.
All right, so there's our programming updates from the first part of the show here. Hopefully you found yourself educated, but we can't move forward. We have a lot planned today. Paul Mercurio, the comedian, stopping by. Kenzie Crimes, more of the golden ticket. We'll give you that key word here in about 5 minutes if you missed it at 6:30. But we have to move forward, sadly, and pour one out for an icon. And that icon is talk show pioneer Phil Donahue. He died Sunday. He was 88 years old, had a nice run. He was on the air, his show went on national in 1970. 10 years the show came from WGN-TV here in Chicago. And if it wasn't for him, you might not know who he is. I have memories of my mom watching this and being a little kid.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, my mom would be just in the background, Phil Donahue. He had white hair probably at like 5 years old.
Yeah, he's looked old for forever.
Yeah. And he'd always be shaking his head. He had a good head of hair, too. And he'd be like, so what do you think about white supremacists moving in next door to you? Like, it would be something like that.
You sound like Will Ferrell's Harry Carey impression.
Kind of like that, actually. And he was a legend because you wouldn't have had, a lot of people would give him credit, like Oprah, Jerry Springer, Geraldo. They would all give him credit that he launched the talk show where you talk to the audience on TV. No one did that before him. So he was the first guy to do that. And then, think about no Jerry Springer in our lives.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh.
So that's your inspiration there was Phil Donahue. Now he
was Jerry Springer's, like...
influence?
Yeah.
Well, he launched for example, there's a lot of kids out there who dream of having a radio show. We're their example right now.
Oh. Are you sure?
I am sure. So they didn't know each other as far as I knew. Maybe they did later on, but Jerry Springer, we wouldn't have had that show if it wasn't for this guy to be the pioneer to do the first show like that.
What was the analogy you made to me this morning? It was a great analogy.
I can't remember.
About Pearl Jam and Donahue.
I made an analogy about Pearl Jam and Donahue?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember now. Okay, I got it. God, it was 2 hours ago.
It was.
What I said was, so Kenzie, for example, if you didn't have Pearl Jam, you wouldn't have got Creed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Scott Stapp even said that. When people used to say when he first came out, he sounds like Eddie Vedder. Maybe some people might say an Aldi version, but either way, you wouldn't have had that. So if you
that seemed unnecessary.
some people would say that. I'm not saying I say that. I love
like you
love
do.
Creed. I still have FOMO about missing that show Friday night. But so if there wasn't Phil Donahue, you wouldn't have had Jerry Springer, Geraldo, and Oprah. You wouldn't have any of those people.
Okay, that's fair. I
Yeah.
get the comparison.
Yeah, for sure. He was a pioneer. No one did it before him. No one talked to people in the audience on TV. Now, interesting thing is he was married to this woman, a beautiful woman, Marla Thomas, who was an actress. And how'd they meet on the show? He was interviewing her. Listen to this clip of him interviewing her at the end. They must have had some great chemistry in the whole interview. I'm just going to play the end when he says goodbye to her. But man, he really... Listen,
Are you about to play goodbye? Is that what you're going to do?
No, I'm not going to play goodbye. Goodbye. No, here's him ending the interview.
I'm sorry that we are out of time. You are really fascinating. And
No, but you are wonderful. I said it when we were off there, and I want to say you are loving and generous, and you like women, and it's a pleasure. And whoever is the woman in your life is very lucky.
Well, thank you very much.
After that, they started dating, and they were married till to this day. She's like 80, I think she's 82 or 3, and he's died at 88.
That's so sweet that that's how they met.
Now, I love how this is what a guy needs to do. This is like a little class here, and when you meet somebody and you want to be memorable.
Young men, listen up.
Listen, when he says, you are really, he accentuates really so strong.
I'm sorry that we are out of time. You are really fascinating.
Why is that funny?
It's funny to me because it's really seeing it in real time what happened now that we know what happened with them. You are really fascinating.
It's kind of amazing because they didn't know each other. This is how they met was on TV.
Yeah, and they had this great conversation on TV in front of everybody. Like he's going like, "Damn, how do I get this girl?" And he's and then she, of course, was holding his hand when he was saying that. They were almost snuggling and kind of going at it.
I love those instant connections that people get. I think that's so badass. I love it.
You are really fascinating. Like he might not even thought she was fascinating. But
why would you throw that in there? He obviously did. He then married her.
I don't know that. He just thought she was hot too, maybe. Just want to get a date.
I'm sorry that we are out of time. You are really fascinating.
You know what I mean? This is a lesson for guys out there. Shoot your shot. I always say this. What's the worst that's going to happen? He shot his shot on live TV with this woman.
It worked out.
It worked out
And you're like, well, maybe he's lying. He just thought she's like, no, he thought she was actually interesting and fascinating.
I think he was. The first thing we all do when we meet somebody and say it's like love at first sight, it's usually lust at first sight, right? It usually is. Love comes later as you get to know somebody and all the way through.
So you don't think off the bat you can just be interested in someone because of how they're acting and the things that they're saying?
Interested, yes. I think there's a big lust factor when you first are attracted. You go, oh my God, look at her. She's beautiful. Or he's hot. Whatever it is for whoever. I'm just saying, he couldn't know he loved her. He didn't know that much about her yet.
He didn't say he loved her. She's just fascinating.
Fascinating. But you want to make sure that she knew that he wanted in. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm sorry that we are out of time. You are really fascinating.
Now, she said something super nice back to him, too. So it all worked out. She could have went like, goodbye, right there. Yeah, I'm leaving and the show's over. You know what I mean?
I'm leaving and the show's over.
I don't know, I'm just saying, shoot your shot. He saw a moment. He shot his shot.
Yes.
It also proves that everybody's overthinking it. All he had to do was say that you're fascinating, and now he had a wife.
For 45 years.
That's a very nice story.
And by the way,
He probably put effort in between the 45 years.
Well, that's
though.
where the real work comes in, right?
Yes.
But also, he was married before her and 5 kids with someone else.
Ugh, I would not be interested.
See? Oh, now you're coming around.
No, goodbye.
I mean, man, 5 kids and...
Oh, God, that's a lot of kids.
Yeah, she's done a lot of incredible charity work, too, Marla Thomas did, too.
Oh, my gosh.
I think this was a little science experiment there, a little history lesson there for the kids out there. I thought. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I just think that he shot his shot on live TV, and it worked out. And I think it's a lesson for everybody.
Yeah, that's a lot of kids. I can't get past that. That's a
Kenzie's
lot
over the romance part of it already. I shouldn't have told her that part. She had this beautiful story out there. All done.
Ugh.
All right. Well, listen, we're going to give you that keyword again. In fact, I'll give it to you right now. Night, 312-591-8300. Make sure you text night for a chance at Nathaniel Rateliff tickets at the Madhouse and qualify for the golden ticket. Everything we do for an entire year. It is the biggest contest in radio history here on National Radio Day. So text night to 312-591-8300. Here is Gil Curtis with your headlines.
This is not headline news. Circle K wants to buy 7-Eleven. If the deal goes through, it would create the world's biggest chain of homeless shelters. 17,000 AT&T workers went on strike. AT&T promises to respond to their demands somewhere between the hours of 10 and 6 on Thursday. And experts say eating dinner at 5 p.m. adds years to your life, because you will have left Waffle House long before the gunfire erupts. This is not headline news.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.